What is up, guys? It is Godswilla back again. Um, I'm here with another movie review. I'm gonna review the new Michael movie. Um, I just want to preface this at the start. I'm a Michael Jackson fan. I love his work, and his music. I I can't put it into words what it does. It's just special, man. I just can't properly explain it into words. But yeah, and for years, even after this man's death, they wanted to slander him. They they wanted to make accusations about him because you can't be the most famous man on the planet without the biggest of haters. Just because you have the millions of dollars doesn't make your life easy. I don't believe he was a danger to kids. I don't believe it. He he loved Peter Pan. He loved the Neverland idea. He he wanted to help kids. He wants to do everything that brings joy to kids. I and people just made shit up for a quick buck, and that's just it's terrible. Even to this day, after the man's death, people are slandering. He is dead. And instead of just respecting what he did for the music industry and what he did in general, no, he touched kids. No, that 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 should be multiple, multiple kids from Neverland, Macaulay Culkin, a lot of kids. They confirmed Michael did nothing inappropriate to them, but that's besides the point. This movie, I feel like it. I feel like Jafar Jackson does amazing as Michael. He is fabulous. I we he became Michael literally. I know it sounds cliche, but he really did. He had the voice, he had how he sung. He just had everything down pat. And he is definitely the highlight of the film. Now, like I now as I discussed earlier, this film does not address those allegations. It doesn't go that deep into like allegations about him. Though I heard that they had to cut a lot of stuff. Maybe they're making a part two. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's so much more you could do, so you could make a part two because it didn't end in the year that Michael died, so you could easily make a part two. But this movie, it wasn't about the whole life of Michael Jackson. It was about how he started out and how he became the king of pop. This story, I, from like the first scene, I could tell exactly what was going on. I could tell exactly what this was going to be about. It was going to be about Michael finding his own and becoming the king of pop, of course, but this was going to be about him standing up for himself and becoming an adult. because his father was overbearing, so pretty much abusive, controlling. Michael, he wanted he wanted to do his own thing. He wanted to be his own man. So it's like when you have an overbearing father, it's hard. So like Michael Jackson has stated in multiple interviews that just in the mere presence of his father, he would get ill. He didn't want to be around him. It it was that sad. But I like how they did this. This pretty much was a musical, as well as the story of Michael Jackson. You had a lot of Michael Jackson's iconic songs, Billie Jean, Thriller, Bad, and a lot of his Jackson 5 songs. Um, it was fun just to jam out to the songs again, man. Especially in a movie theater, bro. Like, I wouldn't obviously yell and sing because, like, you have to listen to the movie, but it was it was cool to like hear like how they remix the songs and stuff. It was cool. Um, I feel like this is it the best representation of like I don't know how to put this. Did they accurately depict Michael? To a certain extent, I would say yes, but it didn't go too deep into stuff. Maybe that's what they're gonna like do this for the first one and then they're gonna go deep for the sequel. I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work, but that's that's how they did it for this movie. The most deep thing they went into is how Michael got hooked on the drugs because of the Pepsi commercial incident where he got burned in his scalp. An event that many people believe would lead to his death. It was like the halfway point of his life. He was only 25. It he didn't want to do it, but his father forced him, and it would eventually cost Michael his life. I like it just warmed my heart how Michael was depicted in this movie. It just reminded me how much of a gentle, kind soul Michael was. I always knew that, of course, but it put me back in the state where like, yeah, that's Michael. He it would go into a lot how he would care about the kids and how he would meet them when they're sick, and it was just so good, man. If you're a Michael Jackson fan, I would highly recommend this. I know critics are slamming this movie, but this movie it's not for critics. It's for the fans of Michael Jackson. It, it's hard to put in the words the aura Michael Jackson had. Imagine being a young boy and you can't go outside without fans screaming your name because they know who you are. His life was hard. but he made it work for the longest time before his death, of course. But I hope they make a sequel because I feel there's still more story to tell. Plus, I would love to see Jafar come back because he nailed this, man. I have to preface this again. He nailed this. He nailed this. And if you, I'll preface this again. If you're a Michael Jackson fan, I recommend you go see this. Like the way on this poster, it just says his story begins. It's not the end. So like if the ending, like the ending is abrupt, I will warn you. I'm not gonna spoil it. But the ending is abrupt. But it literally the credits say his story will continue, and it right here it says his story begins. So they could go. I'm almost positive that they're gonna make a sequel. So this this movie, I think it's my favorite movie of 2026 so far. Um, this is the first movie I went to the movie theater and saw, but Spider Man hasn't come out, and obviously y'all saw my thoughts on that. I will be seeing that in the theater when it comes out in a couple months, but that's besides the point. But so far this movie, I give this movie an 8 out of 10, bro. I think it was that good. I love how accurately it depicted Michael. Um, I was wondering how they were gonna like address certain things, and I feel they addressed them pretty well. Um, but yeah, that is my review of the Michael Jackson movie, the newest one. I feel like this is part one, like I said many times. I hope they get a sequel out of this, and I'll review that too when it comes out. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace, peace.